Let me start with something that sounds wrong, but explains a lot once you sit with it. Your strongest regrets are rarely about the decisions that actually shaped your life. They're about moments that bruised your self-image. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't regret what cost you the most. You regret what made you feel exposed, and those two things are not the same. Let me explain how this works. Think about the regrets that surface automatically. A sentence you wish you hadn't said. A conversation that went awkwardly. A moment where you felt weak, needy, or foolish. A decision where people saw you fail. These regrets feel sharp. They replay easily. They come with clear scenes, tones, faces. Why? Because they threaten identity. They clash with the version of yourself you want to believe in. Now think about the regrets that don't hit as hard. The years you stayed somewhere you knew was wrong. The risks you kept postponing. The relationships you tolerated longer than you should have. The boundaries you never enforced. Those cost far more. But they don't scream. They don't come with a single embarrassing moment. They happen slowly, quietly, comfortably. And that makes them easier to ignore. Here's what's really going on. Your mind doesn't rank regret by damage. It ranks regret by emotional threat. Moments that make you look bad, even briefly. Feel dangerous. Moments that made you small, slowly and consistently. Feel familiar. So the mind chooses the safer pain. It obsesses over moments you can replay, rewrite, and mentally correct. It avoids regrets that would require admitting, I stayed because I was afraid. I waited because I wanted approval. I chose comfort over honesty. Because those admissions threaten identity. Now let's make this personal. Have you ever replayed one awkward moment from years ago, but barely felt the regret of the years you spent not saying what you wanted? Have you ever felt embarrassed about how you left something, but not deeply regretful about staying too long? That's not coincidence. That's self-protection. Your mind prefers regret that hurts your ego over regret that demands responsibility. Now here's another layer most people miss. People regret actions more than inactions, not because actions are worse, but because actions are visible. There's a scene, a memory, a clear I did this. Inaction leaves no scene, no moment to point at, no obvious failure, just absence. And absence is easy to rationalize. So the mind treats inaction as safer, even though it quietly shapes your entire life. Now here's the most uncomfortable part. Many of your biggest life-shaping regrets don't feel like regret at all. They feel like restlessness. A sense of being behind, mild resentment, low-grade dissatisfaction, a vague feeling that something doesn't fit. That's regret without a memory. Regret without a scene. Regret your mind never labeled properly, because labeling it would force change. Now listen carefully. The regrets you replay most are usually the ones that don't require you to live differently tomorrow. You can regret embarrassment forever and still keep your life the same. But regretting, staying small, delaying hard decisions, choosing safety over truth, that kind of regret demands movement. And movement is scary. So the mind distracts you with the wrong regrets. Now here's the shift, and this matters. Strong people stop asking, what do I regret the most? They ask, what have I been protecting myself from regretting? They look at patterns, not moments. They examine what they keep postponing, what they keep tolerating, what they keep calling not the right time. Because real regret isn't loud. It doesn't attack you with shame. It waits patiently until time makes the cost undeniable. So remember this. If your regrets are mostly about moments where you looked bad, you're protecting your image. If your regrets start focusing on years where you stayed silent, small, or safe, you're waking up. And the moment you start regretting the right things is the moment you finally see what actually needs to change. This was why you regret the wrong things. Stay sharp.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the resources and the original books we used today. We'll see you in the next one.